Welcome to episode 12 of Marriage Material, where we have, again, a very special guest with us. Do you want to introduce the special guest this week?
This is Christmas Pud.
We have Christmas Pud.
She has joined the family, and she's very cute.
We are very much in the Christmas spirit now, going into December, and we're on episode 12. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for tuning in every week. We really appreciate you, whether you are watching or listening. Mm-hmm. And off the back of last week when we spoke about
all things hen.
Yeah, the do's, the don'ts, the absolutely nots of the hen, we are talking about the stag. But before we do, how's your week been?
Week's been lovely, thank you. We have, I started, so let's go back to last Saturday. I had my hair done, which you won't be able to really tell right now because it's Slapback Sally again.
Beautiful.
But Becky coloured my hair. We went round to Nikki's house. Harper got Christmas tinsel, which she's obsessed with, isn't she? So yeah, Harper got hair tinsel. I had a colour. Had my highlights redone, a little snip on the ends. Again, wedding prep. everything's wedding prep now. I mentioned it, me and Nikki and Becky was talking, and I said, it's all wedding prep now. And Becky was like, I'm sure everything you're saying now is wedding prep. I went, facts.
Wedding prep.
Absolute facts. And then on that same day, the Saturday evening, we went round again to Gareth and Nikki's and had a lovely meal.
Amazing.
Nice little catch-up. It was lovely. And then we had a nice chilled Sunday, really, didn't we?
Yeah, it was lovely.
How was your week?
Week's been very good, thank you.
Good.
Oh, very good. Like you mentioned, we had a great Saturday. Went to you
had a day of football.
Yeah, while you was getting your hair done, which is lovely. Love your hair.
The blend, by the way, Becky is done. Yeah, so good.
It's amazing. And we went to the football. It was amazing to go watch the football at lunchtime, and then at 3:00 kickoff, which was awesome. And then it was ended by a really, really nice evening at Nikki and Gareth's, where their house is all very Christmassy as well. It's amazing. I love Christmas. It looked fantastic. The food was incredible. Company is amazing, and it's been a very, very good week. And really looking forward to talking this week. Because
I am actually. I'm very intrigued to see what your ideas of your stag is going to be, because I would say you from both of us haven't spoken that much, so I'm really intrigued. So I'm just going to sit back a little bit on this one and let you take over. Just
take over?
You do anyway.
I mean, last week, and you guys can be in my corner here, hopefully. Last week I was saying all nice, polite to Kylie, saying, "Oh, I'm going to be your Hindu organizer. You might not know everything, but I'll just help you through the process." And
I can help.
What have I got here now this week? This week Kylie's just like, just sit back and not do anything. Let you
relax,
sort it out. The stag do. So for me, the stag do, when I think about the stag do, has changed over the years, just like we do as people. I think initially in my sort of late teens, early 20s, when we first become boyfriend and girlfriend, you always think that stag do is going to be an all out, let's go have a wild day, drunk, all the typical stag do type of things. But it's actually changed over the years, I think. I feel like there's the day afterwards, I feel like I suffer a lot more now.
You do. I think we all do.
I think we all do with our older ages. So I don't want to be ill at all, really. That's not saying I don't want to have a drink. I think we're going to have a great day. Here's what I sort of kind of envision. Very similar to yours, really. Yep. I'd love to wake up in the morning, have a great breakfast, a nice relaxing breakfast. Whether it be, chances are it's going to be probably at the hotel. Not sure what the dates are going to look like even when we get to the villa. I think it's going to be quite close to the wedding day at that point, so it's quite difficult. Still not 100% sure of who's coming, who's not coming out to the Ibiza wedding. So depending on who's there when they arrive to try fit in that day. But I imagine waking up, having a great breakfast.
Yep.
A couple of things that I personally would like to do is, in terms of the do's, I would love to potentially. There's a few things here. Might be something like an Ibiza Rocks. I do like Ibiza Rocks. I just like music. I like DJs. I like being in Ibiza.
Yeah.
So it may be something like that. I would want to have. I love being on the water. So I don't know. I don't know whether that looks like some type of excursion or jet skiing. I would love to do some jet skiing and some water-based activity with the gents that are out. I've always thought that would be really cool. Now, obviously, where drink and alcohol comes into that, obviously we're not going to be drunk. we're not going to be drinking and on jet skis.
No.
So it's going to be very much relaxing in the morning. Great breakfast. Then I think we're going to go out and probably do. I'd like to do some type of excursion type, whether it is going out on a boat somewhere. I'm not entirely sure, or whether it is on a jet ski.
You could probably do them two things together, I would have thought. I bet there'll be some sort of organisation that you can go out on a boat and then you do jet skis. Because realistically, in my opinion, you'd want to do all your water activities together. Because you wouldn't want to go on jet skis, then come back to then... Because I feel like you would just do that all together.
Yeah. Now, whether it's all together or it's just one or the other...
Which would you prefer, though? That's the question.
Jet skis, straight away, yeah.
I would say jet skis for you. I mean, I would love to do a group jet ski day. I mean, we've got to cram a lot in, but...
For me, there's something... Every time, since the very first time experiencing jet skis with you,
yeah,
I've loved it every single time. And
I was a warrior on that jet ski.
You was. It's so much fun. It's so enjoyable. There's something magical. It's incredible when you are out on the Mediterranean or anywhere where it's lovely weather and you are. It's a beautiful day. The water is clean and it's crisp and it's clear, and you're on jet skis. And if there's a number of you involved as well, and you're having some fun and you sort of jet skiing around, I think that is really fun. So
I literally picture yours like the Mamma Mia, you know, in the part of the movie where they all come out the sea, all the guys come out the sea, and you're all like flip-flopping away. I imagine that somewhat to be how your stag's going to be, where you're just like in and out of water. There's maybe like a cool little beach. I mean, I've got such a thing for beach bars, and I think we both have really, so that would be cool.
I don't know how... I know historically, whenever you go jet skiing, you usually turn up at the kiosk or the guys that are there. You pay to go on jet skis, and you've usually got 15, 20 minutes or something. I don't know if it's feasible. I don't know whether it's possible, but this is just sort of the ideas that I have. But it would be pretty cool if we had like jet skis for a little bit longer period of time, go out, come back maybe at a beach bar where we can have some lunch, and then maybe go back out. And then I kind of see that being like the daytime, where we can have lunch at a beach bar, we can be out and getting a nice tan at the same time, be out at the sea, doing a bit of swimming, being in the water, all the things that you usually do. That would be quite cool for a period of time. Then similar to you, because we would have done that, we would have to probably return back home, get ourselves dressed up and ready to go out. Then I would like to go for a meal as well. I think you kind of were saying the same thing. I think going out for a meal would be very nice. I know when we was in Ibiza, was it the last night when we walked around the harbour?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the last night we were walking around the harbour area, and there was a lot of restaurants. There was loads.
There was
of...
that really nice one that we saw that had like all that dim lit lighting. That looked really nice, that one. And even that Skinny Kitchen, which obviously at the time I didn't realise that it was Wayne Lineker owns that as well. That looks good. But I think I would probably say that's more like a lunch one, maybe.
Yeah, there was loads of these types of restaurants. Even the one that we went to, and I can't remember what it was called. You know, was it like the Orange Cube or
that was written. The food was great, and that
was fantastic, and it had such a great vibe to it.
Do you think you're going to do the clubs?
I am a bit of a clubber. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I do like a club. I mean, for me, if I haven't said this on the podcast already, one of my favourite films of all time. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
One of your favourite films?
I've put her on the spot here.
Well, I'm trying to think what would incorporate for what you're talking about. It's like Die Hard. That's not got no restaurants in, so I don't think it's that. I don't know.
When I think about clubbing, Ibiza.
Oh, Kevin and Perry.
Yes.
Oh my God, I got a bit nervous then.
Yeah, one of my favourite films.
Die Hard. Oh my God. Cut that out.
One of my favourite films growing up. It's just a great film. It's a bit cheesy now. I mean, I watched it about a month or so ago. It was still epic, but it is definitely quite funny. But obviously it's big club and it's like DJing. And I remember when we was coming back from Ibiza, the journey home back to the airport, we drove past Amnesia, and for whatever reason, I think I was looking out the window that way, and then you'd spotted it, and you was like, "There's Amnesia." By the time I'd gone round and like was super excited to see it, we'd already passed it. So we may end up at a club, Paradise, Amnesia. I don't know.
I can't remember the one that it was where, because Becky and Kylie are going to be like probably screaming it out, but for like nostalgic reasons, it'd be good to go back to the one where when me, Kylie, Becky, and Leona went on holiday to Ibiza, and it's the one, you know, when we went into the bay as such, and I said, "Oh, it looks a bit run down now from what I remembered." It's it's going to really bug me.
I think that was Paradise.
I think it was Paradise because there's that one and there's one opposite it as well. Because I can remember when we came out, it was pouring, like it was chucking it down. Yeah. Back to you, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's all right. I do like a club, but although I do love clubbing and I do love the DJs and I do love the music, I also think the last time we were there, you don't actually need to go into one of the big clubs to experience that. I mean, when we went to that restaurant and had that nice meal together, that although it wasn't like a club, it was a nice vibe.
Yeah,
you know, it was good music. There wasn't a dance floor or anything there. But then there was the Ibiza Rocks bar.
Yeah.
You know, there's the hotel.
Yeah.
And then
that was booming as well.
Yeah, that was next door.
Yeah,
that was a great vibe. So.
I think just going along that whole strip, you just go, and naturally I think we both probably will do that, just go in and out of all the different places. Yeah.
So definitely one for a bit of a clubbing and music. I think, after having a nice meal, which will be lovely, then going out and singing, dancing.
Yeah. It's going to be so crazy when we're actually at that point in time. Like, just thinking, like, wow, we're here now. You're on your stag. I mean, your stag's going to be before my hen, then, isn't it? Because otherwise
I don't know the
be...
logistics yet. We don't know. I don't know when everybody's going to be out, not out. The chances are it's probably going to be because.
I mean, if you go any, mine's the 8th. Yeah.
Otherwise, it'd be the 10th, and that'll be a villa day. And then the next day will be the day before the wedding, which I don't know what time I'm... Like, I know you guys are going to be home for 9 p.m. on your hen.
9 p.m?
I mean, that's what we were saying last week, that you guys are not going to be able to cope after 9 p.m.
Okay.
So you guys are going to be home, whereas I know us lads are going to be probably... Not probably walking in until 4 4, 5
Right, you're
a.m.
doing it definitely before then, because you nearly cry when you have a hangover. So we don't want to be doing that the day before the wedding, do we?
No, I'm kidding.
4.
I do see us having some Cuba Libras together. I do see us having some cigars together. I do like the thought of having a cigar. That's nice. I do like the thought of maybe sitting around a fire. I don't know. I'm just brainstorming ideas. I do like the thought of, but that could be at the restaurant maybe as well. I don't know. There might be.
Like we've said as well, sorry to interrupt, but the hotel that we're staying in, the upstairs, which is like the bar area, I'm guessing, in seating area, that looks lovely at night as well. Maybe you could just come back to the hotel, stay. Could I something then? Stay at the hotel.
There's
You don't need to go out.
There's a few. If I was to say like absolute musts and want tos, I would put in there probably nice breakfast.
Yep, check.
Jet skiing if possible. I just think that'd be so much fun.
Yeah.
A meal in the evening. Maybe some type of some music, dancing. I know Gareth likes his moves, and we like to have a good party. So that would be good. Some cocktails in there in terms of our Cuba Libras. That would be good. Maybe potentially some cigars sat around. That would be good. And to tell you the truth, I think I'm doing pretty well having a day like that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. I mean, like we've said multiple times, we're going to be in Ibiza. The views are going to be amazing. The weather, hopefully, touch wood, amazing. So you can't, you'd like to think you can't really have a bad time. So
No.
whatever, and I think that's what we are both in agreement with. It doesn't really, again, talking to like the bride tribe, I'm more than happy with whatever we do. Like, I'm not really, this has to be this and this has to be this. I think the only things for me, again, probably more so that we have to discuss is there do's and don'ts that, like, for example, say if you went to somewhere that we both really want to go to, I think I'd be a bit like, oh, because then naturally you
Well, we'd
can't
arrange
fit
that for
everything
another day.
in.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So like Cafe Mambo, like I really want to go there, but then can I do that on my own, or do you really want to go there as well?
I would
Is
go
that a
there
group
too, yeah.
setting where we all go together?
Yeah, without trying to sound from a boring perspective, but I actually like one of the things I would like to do during the time that we're there, and I don't think this will be on the stag, but like I do like the thought of going to the old town, etc.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I'm, although that we're probably not going to do that on the stag or the hen,
No.
that will probably be a trip. While
I feel
we're
like
there.
the old town needs to be like a day thing, because it's like there's shops around there, there's real nice restaurants and just cafes that I'd like to just go in, either just walk by or look at them, or obviously go and have a drink or whatever. So yeah, I think that would be like more of a day thing that could ease into a nighttime meal with all of us together. I think that would be lovely. So I think for us, that's what our next sort of planning is. Like, let's plan out some key points of where we would like to go. So Old Town, like we just mentioned, is definitely one. And then we just can work around that then,
Yeah,
can't
of course we can. I'm all for games throughout the day. Obviously, it's we have
what
some
type
good...
of games though? Because you can't just be general like games. Like,
Yeah,
what type of games?
there's been a couple of stags I've been on in the past, and I know when we had a great stag do for Gareth. I mean, that was in Bulgaria. It was awesome. It was Gareth had a 3-day stag. It was fantastic. And there was some really good times where, like, for example, games that you'd have like a shot or a drink, or there was one particular Irish bar on Gareth's stag do, which we all ended up actually like singing, like Irish, like the songs that were playing. So that was pretty cool. So I'm not against having some form of games or something that makes you drink a little bit more or have a shot or whatever the case might be. There are some, in my thoughts, there are some absolute that I would not want, and we kind of covered a lot, some of the things that you don't actually want. But like, to me, I'm not really interested in feeling embarrassed.
No.
Like, I have no interest for the amusement of people that I don't know to laugh, or the people that I care about that I'm with on the stag do to be amusing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be in a Borat thong. I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in having one of the nights that we was in Bulgaria. We were walking out one of the places, the club or something, and there was obviously he was on a stag do, and he was in a wedding dress.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm not interested in being in a wedding dress.
No.
I'm not interested in, Gareth had. One of the things that they kind of put on him, he had like this apron on, and it had a willy on it. Yeah, and if somebody puts something like that on me, then it's like, okay, now I've got a huge penis on me. But anything that's overarching, sort of embarrassing, that I need to get my nipples out or something, I'm not interested in. I'm also not interested in, a little bit like you last week, I'm not interested in having any type of stripper, whether that is I'm not interested in a stripper, whether that is like, I don't I don't know why this comes to my mind. Why do you keep making yourself laugh? I don't know why this comes to my mind, but I don't want it to be like a funny stripper, like on Gareth's 40th, he had like Raz was the stripper.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm not interested in if Gareth's thinking about being the stripper for the night. I'm not interested, Gareth. Although although I love you very much, I've no interest in that.
No.
So yeah, there's that embarrassment.
One thing that I needed to ask, actually, because I'm thinking the same for myself, are you going to potentially do a stag here? Because I've been asked that quite a few times, and at first it was a dead set no. I was like, I don't really see the point, like, we're going to have one there, but now I'm kind of thinking, let's milk this. Like you've just said, Gareth had a 3-day stag. I'm having one day.
One of the things that I thought, and this is actually true to one of the things that we originally said, and it's up to you as well, obviously, but I've always liked the idea of doing a joint stag hen. So like, one of the things that we could do here, for example, and I don't know when, in the UK, we could potentially have a city trip. Where
like go out to Leeds or something.
Go to Leeds, for example. And have the day together, if you like. But that's up to us. And I know
that'd be cool.
Naturally, there's people that are unable to make it to Ibiza, and it would be a shame. I know I've got some friends that are not going to be in Ibiza. It would be a shame not to have a stag with them as well.
Yeah, that's why I
or a
think
day with them as well.
Yeah, I think that'd be fab. Like, I love Leeds, so we could all go to Leeds. You love Leeds.
We could have a full, that could be a Saturday stay over to the Sunday.
Yeah.
Where we're kind of having a great day.
Yeah.
All together. So that might be something that we do here, which I think would also allow those that are not able to come out with us in Ibiza.
And also, it just gets you all even more excited because, it would obviously be before we go to Ibiza to get married. So that would be, I like that idea. I think that's good.
So what it sounds like to me is we're gonna have a stag here.
Yeah.
Then we'll get married here. Then we're gonna get we're gonna have a stag and hen do here.
Oh, I was just thinking, excuse me, just a stag.
Okay, stag hen do here.
Yeah.
And married here.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna have a stag.
We're basically having like 2 sets of weddings.
And a wedding.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna finish everything back off after all that with a bigger party at the end. So that's
great.
That's a pretty epic.
I mean, we've waited long enough, so I feel like it'd be only right to do it this way. So I'm here for it. So yeah, stag and hen. I think that's it. We're doing that. Stag and hen Leeds. Ticked off. Just have to think of a date. Then.
Would we do Leeds? Would we do?
Where else?
I don't know. Something like a Liverpool came to mind. No.
You've got to think like Leeds is literally.
Leeds is good, yeah.
It's not that far away. We all know it. Don't get me wrong. I love Manchester, but like I just think Leeds it's got everything that we would want.
Yeah.
It's easy to get to.
It's good. It's just a good day out and a good night out.
Yeah, so Leeds it is. Then we go from there. Then it's Ibiza. Not quite sure what that was. That was the plane. Ibiza. And then, yeah, like you say, we've not even really dived into too much of what we're doing or what we're thinking of doing when we get back, when we're husband and wife.
No, we haven't. I don't think we've discussed that yet on the podcast. We have got an idea or hope of what we'd like to do.
And also, the ground rules can be set when we have our joint hen and stag, because then everyone around us is going to get a feel. Obviously, appreciate the people that are not able to get to Ibiza. However, like, you kind of can, like, it's like a pre-meeting for the second one.
A pre-meeting.
It's like a pre-meeting with drinks. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
We can discuss, talk, drink, and be happy.
I'm excited.
Me too.
Yeah, so I think from a stag point of view, I think that covers everything. I was thinking.
And like I said on mine last week, I think everyone knows us and knows what we like and what we don't like. So I think both of ours seem very similar. So I think I'm just super excited to do it, basically. Start looking into things. One thing I haven't asked you is, have you thought of an outfit? I know last week I said I've already got one outfit.
What for?
Your stag. Like,
for stag?
Your vibe.
Well, the first half will obviously be hopefully like the relaxed and the water based. Yep. So that's obviously going to be sort of swimwear stroke. It's going to be shorts, vests, that type of thing that we can go in and out the sea and everything with. The evening, to me, you've got to represent. I think it's a dapper night. Are you going to have a type of,
like, are you going to have a theme where, like, you're all, I don't know, suited and not suited, obviously, because you're in Ibiza, but like for example, women have, like, potentially, I've said I would like us all in black on the night. Are you going to have something like that, or are you just going to be like, do whatever you want?
No, I think for us, I think everyone probably be out in trousers, shirts, looking dapper.
Yeah,
you know,
nice.
not a specific theme. I think that's amazing for you girls. I really do. I think that's going to look awesome. Great photos. I think it would kind of look weird for us in terms of lads. Could you imagine all the lads all wearing? Although it looks cool. I'm one for wearing black.
So good for pictures.
You know, it would be cool.
I love the whole, like, right now it's such a cliche thing to do, but I absolutely love it. Like the cowgirl hats, love that. So if anyone's listening, want to get a few cowgirl hats, I could have a pink one. Everyone else could have a white one. Oh no, it'd be the way round, wouldn't it? I'd be white.
Should we go out in the old Peaky Blinder caps?
No, no, not right now.
No. But yeah, love to know what your thoughts are after speaking about stag and hen. Let us know whether you comment down below if you're on YouTube, or if you are listening to the podcast and you see us in real life. Send us a quick, watched your video, or listen to your podcast, and I like the idea of that. Or if it's completely the opposite, if you've been listening to this going, what the hell are you two on about? What a boring stag and hen you grannies.
Don't tell me, I don't care. I don't want to know. It's my hen.
Yeah, I'd love to know your thoughts. Thank you very much for being here with us, as you have been every single week. If this is the first time that you've listened to the podcast, or if you've just been watching and you've just clicked on this video for the first time, we have discussed quite a number of things when it comes to everything marriage material based. So we've already spoken about we're off to Ibiza in 2 weeks, and you can catch up. And if you are listening on the podcast, we know the regular listeners. I don't believe I've seen any reviews yet.
Didn't want to put the elephant out the room, but that's not saying, is it? Elephant out the room. Oh, I need to stop.
Elephant in the room.
Elephant in the room.
Do you know, like, when you're in a room, and imagine if there was an elephant?
No, that's what I meant to say. I didn't want to mention the elephant in the room. Elephant out the room.
There's going to be a time where we're going to do a what do you call it? A compilation of Kylie's famous taglines, sayings, It's
I do it to
funny.
myself. But on that note, this is the 12th episode. Mm-hmm. And the 13th is next week. No, I can't believe it's been 12. I mean, I think I've been saying this since episode 10. But weeks are flying by, which is then making me think this wedding's going to come very, very soon. So,
I know.
Yeah. In Kev's words, super excited.
Super excited.
Can't wait.
Yeah, so we look forward to seeing you next week. I'm not 100% sure what we're talking about next week. What are we covering next week? Have you guys got any questions? Have you guys got any topics?
I mean, there's a lot of time between now and next week, so a little sneak peek that I'm going to say is we have spent the morning this morning going back and forth with our wedding planner.
Yep.
So we have got a step further with different ideas. It's so hard because you don't say too much, but I think we can.
Maybe we just tell everybody what we're
basically,
doing.
tune into next week and you'll hear them or see what we're talking about. How about that?
Maybe we just disclose everything. We tell you the venue. We tell you exactly.
We're actually going to Vegas. This has all been a lie. Elvis is marrying us.
Yeah, if you want us to disclose the real venue, then make sure you review the podcast. And then we still won't.
I was going to say, wait till next year.
Yeah.
But no, on that note, thank you so much, as Kev has mentioned, for listening or watching. And we hope to see you all again next week.
See you later.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
They get it.
They get it.
Goodbye.